You know, they said the music in this game would be something that's incredibly worthwhile, and I think I believe it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a bland. Whoa, that's ominous. That's not a great way to start, or even consider yourself. Welcome to a brand new playthrough of a game that I had my eye on for quite some time. This is Pathologic 3, third installment of the Pathologic series. The reason why I was so interested in it because I first heard about this game through a different YouTuber who actually did a short summary of it, and their name was Mandalore Gaming. They did such an excellent job. It was incredibly interesting. The story behind it, the artistry, it was very unique. In fact, one of the things that Mandalore commented on was, the interesting aspect of the music. And, when I first started to do some testing, just to make sure everything would pan out for today's playthrough, I knew that I had to just let that opening song play out because I think it's a great combination of hopefully what we can expect. I am going through this kind of blind. I do know about, hopefully the knowledge that I know about, the previous installments of this series won't spoil what it is for the third level of it. But to give you a bit of a background, Pathologic 3 is a game where we play as a doctor, and I believe we have 12 days to figure out the cure for this very mysterious plague that's rampaging this town. But without further ado, I think we should just get right into it and start our new game.
I'm Daniil Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. All my life I have been studying death, the greatest boundary holding humanity back. The powers that be were frightened of my search. My lab in the capital was about to be closed. But it cannot be denied that some phenomena might be found only in the strangest, most remote parts of our country. Little towns that are yet to be explored by forward-thinking minds. People accept the supposed imminence of death way too easily. We meekly follow our life's path to it, like cattle to the slaughter. But we shouldn't. My search for immortality has brought me rumors of one, Simon Kane, a supposedly immortal man, living in one such town. He might be just the proof all my theories need. The final patient. I need to find him, or else all my life's work is doomed.
Okay, so a very interesting introduction. I have a million questions. But first and foremost, before we get too far, I think it's rather fair to, let me see, graphics, display, resolution, blah, 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 graphics, that's all fine. Other text, do we not have text language as subtitles? Do we have subtitles? Streamer mode? Well, I guess I need to start actually paying attention to that. Text languages and dialogues. Okay. No, I guess we don't have any captions. That's perfectly fine. But yes, a lot of questions. So, we'll read this in just a moment. So, to summarize, if I understand correctly, we're a Bachelor of Medicine, which, I mean, if you know anything about the pursuit and education of medicine, means literally nothing to the actual conduct and practice of medicine. It just means that you probably watched a little bit too much of Grey's Anatomy and House before picking your major with your guidance counselor. But apparently in this country you could just have a BA in medicine and apparently try to find the cure for immortality. So, I'm not sure if that means that they're a little bit more advanced in their tutelage than we are here, but I also do question that I do see a lot of scantily clad cult worshippers with giant bulls. Not sure how that's going to play into understanding uh, apparently the cure for death, but so far, color me intrigued. So, we open up with the journal. We have a mind map here. My thoughts, conclusions, deliberations. To see the events of a specific day, press its number in the circle. Do we have any events so far? We have Immortal Man. Simon Kane, an alleged immortal, lives in this town. Understanding him is the only way to save my Thanatica. Is that, okay. Are you chasing shadows again, Dankovsky? Okay, I don't know what some of those words are, if what they interpret, but apparently there's somebody close to us named Thanatica, which, is that supposed to be a play on Thanatos? So, we're the god of death in Greek mythology? Because I feel like that's a little bit rubbing it too much on the nose. And are you serious? I barely stepped off the train and my things were immediately stolen. Ah, the joys of rural life. Without my tools, I'm useless. I must find the prototype and the microscope. They are vital. Let's see that on the map. Okay, ooh, we have quite... This is a lovely looking map. I love the coloration of it. Oh, very good. Alright, we have quite a bit to explore. Lots of city. Not too much in the north. What the heck does this say? La colpa s'acquire, la parte offensa in grido. Cam suol, ma la vendetta tia testimonio averce la dispensa. Okay, so that is sort of Latin-based. I do speak a little bit of Spanish. La culpa s'acquire, la parte offensa. So, the body? La culpa s'acquire. You know what? I don't have time to make an idiot of myself, so hopefully I will revisit this at some point. I'll just say the words that I think. La culpa s'acquire, the offensive part, but that's not a Spanish word that you would use there, in grido. Come suol, ma la vendetta tia testimonio aver ce la dispensa. I mean, it's not exactly Spanish. This accent right here, over here, and here aren't utilized, I don't believe, in Spanish. Could be Portuguese? Could be Italiano? No sé. No sé cuál quiero. No, alright, so, yes, so it looks like the first thing that we have to do is recover my stuff. So, hello. A street sweeper. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to start doing voices for everybody. Alright, let's see. What do you look like? Well, I mean, you start with I say, so you've already picked it for me. I say. A living, breathing person stepping off our train? I could be cheeky. Let's say, let's be cheeky. Do you normally only get dead people? Where did you come from? Let's be fine. The capital. Danil Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. I am told a supposed immortal man, Simon Kane, lives here. I've come to study him. Right. Do you city folk always take 20 trunks of shirts with you? Or did you manage to cut it down to 10, sir? Let's see. We can be cheeky again. 8, though I had to sit on the last one. Where can I find a constable? Who do I talk to about recovering my stolen property? It's just kids being kids. No need to be mean to them. I must get my luggage back. Losing my instruments is like losing my arms. Worse than losing my arms. I'm telling you, hands off the kids. You're new here, fresh off the train. You're new in town, so watch yourself and aid our customs. No constable or patrolman will chase after children for you. No street sweeper either. Are you serious right now? Why not? Because the kids have their own thing going. Their own empire, you see. I'm not going to mess with it. If you find someone to do it for you, it's your funeral. Or rather theirs. Although they won't get a funeral. The tower would simply break them. Wait, hold on. What tower? The Polyhedron. I'm not sure what I was expecting. You know what? If you need your shirts so badly, why don't you go looking for the tots that ran away with them? Just ask nicely. These kids are like magpies. They'll trade you precious linens from the capital back in exchange for bits of colored glass, or even just a story. But whatever you do, don't hurt them. I have plenty of stories to tell, but usually they involve vivisections. I suppose the kids like that sort of thing? Actually, why would I have bits of glass? I just about have one on my face, watch face. I may have to waste time on this, both literally and figuratively. Say, is the capital a real place? What kind of question is that? The Canes from the capital. The Canes came from the capital and made it our own, but no other real people have come from there ever since. So I was thinking, perhaps Simon Kane simply made up the capital, along with everything else. Well, in a small town like yours, a single individual authority can grow up to be. You know what? In a small town like yours, a single individual's authority can grow to be all-encompassing. I assure you, though, Kane did not make up the capital. Reasoning. Sometimes I need to take a step back from a moment and think logically through something. It helped me piece together the picture. Okay, well, I think my main concern here is my luggage is missing. And right now, I did say that I feel useless without my tools in several respects. Perhaps also I'll have to handle this myself. I'm gonna follow the thieves' trail of ripped suitcases. And I know that the microscope and prototype matter the most. So, great. What has that done for me? So, Utopia, such a serene place. If immortality still exists in our country, it would be here. Okay. That's lovely. So far, it seems pretty interesting and engaging. Attentive gaze. So far it seems pretty interesting, I mean, I've only really had dialogue with one person, but, I mean, yeah, I guess I don't need to stop every 5 seconds. Let's continue on. Attentive gaze. Some objects can be useful. I can spot them easily if I concentrate. Concentrate with a Q. Disturbing thoughts. Some thoughts will affect your mental state. Okay, let's hit Q. Alright, I see. Oh, there's a little one. Hello. Hey, eyes on us! The thief's seen us, the thief! Mr. Thief, are you for real? Please say something in thief speak. Okay, Purpurim cognoscit. The Latins never minded taking what was not theirs. Thief! Thief! You stole the train's heart, you did. You just ripped it out and stole it. And now it'll die without a heart. I haven't ripped out anything. Did the train stop? It did. Doesn't move no more. Not moving means it's dead. You climbed out of it and it died. That means you killed it. Thiefiest thief. I didn't kill. I don't kill. It's the other way around. I save lives. I'm a doctor. And to do my work, I need the instruments you've pilfered. What? Like a hammer? There are many, but the most important ones are my microscope and my prototype. Forget everything else if you must, but please return those at least. Hey, hold on. No need for all the begging and the politenesses. What did I even do to you anyway? I didn't take nothing. It was all Jekka. Jekka. I'm gonna go with Jekka. My microscope and prototype are precise, delicate instruments. If they break, they'll only be scrap metal and glass. They'll just die, like the train. You don't want that, do you? I don't. Then tell me where Jekka's taken them. Jekka's taken the heart back to fix the train. That way to its face. Am I stitched now, Mr. Thief? You've done everything right. Oh, no, a snitch is someone who runs off to inform without being asked to do so. You're an honest witness. Alright, so apparently they took it to the train's face. A direction I don't think that I can go in. Hello.
That's okay. I've found a way. Everything is going to be just fine. You'll see.
Oh, okay. So that's what you're like. Like what? You're restless. We hardly see anyone like that in our sleepy little town. Even the canes have gone into hibernation as the years passed. Sleepy... No, I don't want to call it a nightmare. It's like, were you expecting me? Of course. Simon said I'd be your guide, and I always listened to him. Simon? Simon Kane? Simon Kane. He left you in my care. Said you'd be staying at my house. Oh, it has a name. The Stillwater. And this won't be the first time it's had guests. But most don't last long. I think you will, though. I've already prepared everything. Most don't last long? Is that a threat? Of course not, silly. The Stillwater is just a very unique house. It used to be an observatory, and now people live inside. But it still longs for the heavens all the same. It draws something out of people. You'll see for yourself. Let's see. I'll come when I sort out my missing luggage. You've got interesting kids in this town. Before I knew it, I had already lost my suitcases. Oh, okay, you just disappeared. That's a perfectly normal interaction we both experienced. Eva, Simon was expecting me. A place prepared at the Stillwater. The guest house, as far as I can tell. Alright, so Simon was expecting me. I was trying to get to the base of the train. So far it seems to be a bit of a lot of dialogue. Do you have anything more to say to me, little babby boo, little child? Oh, sweet child of mine? No. Oh, good, it's my stuff. What do we have? They left me a beetle. What? Some arthropods live forever, others not even a day, but to children, they're all one thing. Shiny. Oh, a shiny item! Oh, that'll be good to trade my instruments for baubles. What was, oh, it was Q. That's right. Alright, what's in the wheelbarrow? Nothing of particular value. Alright. Okay. Seems like they've already set up tent services. What do we have? Cigarettes are thought to have a calming effect, but nicotine is in fact a stimulant. Addictive, less effective with every use. It increases my mania or reduces it? I don't freaking know. I'll take that. Why not? Another beetle. Yep. What do we have? Camphor, stimulant, and rubefacient. Listen, I have mentioned before that I do have experience in medicine. I do. But when you use terminology in, like, the plague eras, I don't know what you're referring to. So it is addictive. It's just another stimulant, maybe to keep my pep in my step, and a valerian extract from Game of Thrones, apparently. Able to kill White Walkers, sedative, sometimes even Bachelor Dankovsky drinks the timeless classics, and it increases my apathy. Okay, addictive, less effective with every use. Okay, and just so that I make sure I get it through my head. I am Dankovsky. This is something I desperately need to remember. What? Whoa. Sorry, what? Friends will when I return, there will be a celebration there too, where enemies will rejoice at the collapse of my endeavors. Okay, this is a very artistic game, and it's very pretty, and I want to get to the bottom of every aspect of it. Wasn't there a section where I just try to put things into my brain that I... Ooh, I have a Derringer. The Debutante. A two-shot pistol designed by Jacques Debut. Tiny and non-threatening. I'm saving the last bullet for one particular purpose. Oh, Christ. Alright, just... You know, you're alright, friend. People. I have quite a lot of people to know. Queens, pieces, advanced pawns... Prawns? What? That's not right. Thoughts. Okay, these are the things. What is this again? Journal. What is this? No help at all. Locals threatened. Okay, that's fine. I'm still going through it. That's the town. All right. So we move on. Is this mine stuff? So what do we have? More valerian extract. Is there a quick take item? Okay. We'll just do that. What else? Bromide. At least it's better than bromine, which would actually literally kill you. Increases inhibition in the cerebral cortex, which is to say dulls one's brain. Sometimes you just need that apathy. Okay. I really want to know what these statuses are. A revolver bullet weighs as much as a human life. Wow, this is a very artistic game. I don't need these for my pocket debutante pistol. I'd always keep at least one last bullet in the chamber. You are very depressing. Coffee. Brewing coffee takes too long. Chewing on whole roasted beans, on the other hand, is perfect. I disagree. Although I have had, like, chocolate-covered espresso beans. Is that what we're talking about, friend? Because, I'll tell you, I'd be down to clown with that every day of the week. Oh, what? Is a smoke signal? Oh, that must be my objective. What do we have here? There was something... The most fragile ones didn't break. Well, that's good. It's a test tube. Alright. Backing up is very slow process. Alright, what about you? I have here calomel. A universal medicine made from mercury chloride. Cures everything minor, restores the body. Alchemists of old were wise to respect the strange liquid metal. Okay, so it increases health, but it doesn't do anything to cause absolute bonkers insanity, which is what most people know mercury-type products are used for. And then with some products that we are already familiar with. So it looks like I'm balancing between apathy and mania. What am I now? Oh, I'm at mania! Ooh, maybe I should take some Calmectin, or whatever the heck it's called. What is my inventory? Things? Can I have my things? Let's do a little bit. Let's itty-bitty bit. Nervous tension makes me quicker. Perhaps I should actually just leave it for now until perhaps the game will tell me what I should do. Alright, look, oh, I see the children off in the distance. But first, what do we have? Water, perfectly fine. It is a versatile solvent that breaks various substances down to their component ions. It processes many mixtures, perfect. And then we have some more tobacco, very good. Bromide, very good. Calomel, good. Belladonna, poisonous plant was used to put a comely gleam in one's eyes. Highly toxic, not to be consumed unprocessed. Looks like it's another game of crafting, fellas! Not a problem. Okay, look, little children whom I will not hurt. Hello. Elic. Hey, back off, you! Get away from the girls! And from me, too! I ain't afraid of Uncle Rowan when he boozes up, and I ain't afraid of you either. I've got a knife. You can't hurt us, goddess. My nerves are hanging by a thread this thin. No, I don't want to actually threaten children. Boozes up? What the hell are you talking about? I'm not a drunk. Your hands are shaking, you got those crazy eyes. Uncle Rowan gets those eyes too. When he reaches for a second bottle, and he shakes, and then he picks fights. I don't think about picking a fight with me. I've got a real knife, I do. Wait, hold on. If I look like that Uncle Rowan of yours, that means I really do need to cool down first. Give me a moment. I'll take a breather. Frightening extremes. It's hard for me to talk to people I'm too apathetic or manic. I need to stabilize my condition first. Okay. Alright, so yes, I knew it. Head swing. My mind can be changed with drugs. Great! Some make me more apathetic, some more manic. I need to keep an eye on my mental state and supply of drugs. Another game where we advocate for the use of drugs. Alright, that looked a little bit. A little bit more. I managed to maintain a balance for now. Okay, so I am now balanced. Nuh-uh, it's quiet. It's dead already. There you are. Jekka, I need you! You stole all my garbage! You stole all of my first, my undergraduate-based chemistry sets, which will help me solve immortality. A dead heart just keeps beating for 40 days. That's what my mom says. It couldn't have been dead for that long. Do it! Take it on! It won't fit in there. It just won't. Told you we should have stuck it in the belly, not in the mouth. Life's in the belly. Everybody knows that. Nope. A locomotive's life sits at the front, with the driver. That's where the fire is. So the heart should be, too. That's what Boulder told me. You're Jekka, right? You're correct. A train's life is in its locomotive, which is housed in the front. Ah, be gone now, vile snake! You killed the other trains, didn't you? It's 'cause of you they don't come to us no more. We were wondering, and we didn't know why they kept dying. We got a whole graveyard. They're all rusted up, and they can't go anywhere. It's all because of you. You stole the train's heart for yourself and carried it away in a suitcase. Now the train's all dead. Okay, these kids, I mean, the kids could use a little bit of a hand. The kids are not all right. Let's see. This is definitely, see, this is why it's important, you know, in a growing, established society, to have at your disposal at any time Thomas the Tank Engine. And it could have resolved all these issues at a very early age, and I could have, you know, dabbled with immortality. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Okay. Let's play this game. You said yourself the train's heart is at the front. I rode in the carriage in the middle. How could I get to the heart, then? Through the bowels, like all men could do. You don't get to the heart through the bowels, my young friend. You'll hit quite a different body part first. Without it, the train stopped wailing. Stopped moving, too. That means it's dead. So, this is its heart. Obvious, right? I don't know how to make you all understand... okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't know how to make you all understand that my prototype has nothing to do with the train. Look, they're made of different metals. Well, you know, man doesn't look very shiny on the outside either, and inside he's all red. No, he's right. The body has different layers, but all the meat is made of meat. That's what Grandpa Barack said. Your grandpa has been known to say that the meat is made of meat? You had quite a wise ancestor before you. Look, my prototype is not the train's heart, and it certainly won't repair it. But it is an interesting thing in of itself. So let's make a deal. You give it back, and I'll tell you how it works. I don't know. Let's see. Jesus Christ, am I going to entice them with corpses? Ugh. In distress? Nah, Jekka doesn't seem like one that would be interested in a damsel in distress. Jekka seems very capable of themselves. Yes. This sounds fun. And my genius, insufferable assistant will be in the tale. He could drive a saint into the grave with his rage-inducing adherence to details and thinly veiled political insinuations. Oh, Mom said the same thing about Mr. Merrick. And then he hanged himself in the shed. Kid, you are such a buzzkill. Look, here, let me take the prototype. I won't run away, I promise. To wind it up, you need to turn this handle clockwise. Can I control time now? Hello. I'm here now. In the morgue. What is that? It's nothing, apparently. Hello!
We're running terribly low on mice. And the mice themselves are a little feeble. Lacking in enthusiasm.
Okay. Thank you for telling me exactly what you sound like. This is going to be horrible. Your name is Platon. To prime it, hold this crank and turn it clockwise. Chief, hello? Oh, for crying out loud, your mind's flown away again. Prime the what now? This morgue is swimming in a gas leak from Lab 102. I heard the alarm. That's right. I pulled the alarm because of the chlorine from Lab 102. Anyway, the crank is stiff, so you'll have to turn it with some force. Platon, are you crazy? There's a gas leak. What did you call me in here for? We have to seal the morgue and evacuate quickly. No, Daniil. What we have to do is load that prototype you're fiddling with and use it to get into the morgue. A woman rose from the dead in there, and it will be, I think you'll agree, extremely frustrating if she dies again. We must get her out. But hold on. Risen from the dead? I was collecting tissue samples to determine the onset of rigor mortis when I heard a noise. I turned around and, holy smokes! A woman was sitting up on the gurney, stiff as a poker, rasp in her throat. I started towards her, but then I smelled the gas and pulled the alarm lever. Sorry. let's see. Chlorine isn't known for bringing back the dead, but if the woman was brought here by mistake, alive, perhaps the gas could have irritated her mucous membranes enough to wake her. Chief, you're braiding another one of your chains of hypotheticals. We need practical observations. Pull out the patient, then write the monograph, not the other way around. You're right. Tell me what I should do with this device, this prototype, I think you called it? I already told you, but fine. Let's go over it again. You're holding an experimental prototype meant to dissipate tuberculosis miasma. Remember the consumption task force? Kaufman, Gorski, Anna Stein? Of course I remember. In the wake of Brazil, they were commissioned to make a device to dissipate miasma, but I believe it was meant to do something other than tuberculosis. This magnificent gizmo disperses an aerosol of disinfectant. First you load the prototype. There's bottles of solution in the beige cabinet. Best set it on the table when you load it. You can't do it while you're holding it. I load it. Then what? Next, you wind the prototype up. To prime it, hold this crank here and turn it clockwise. And then I just release the contents into the gas? Correct. Wind up the crank, then release. The gas should dissipate, theoretically. Wind, release, dissipate. Repeat until you reach your resurrectee. Just remember, the chlorine will keep coming while a supply of solution is finite. Just try to be as efficient as possible, Chief. And, what about this deceased woman? Where is she now and in what state? The formerly deceased woman, Chief. Before the gas became too thick to see through, she was sitting on a gurney on the opposite end of the morgue. From there, I know as little as you do. She may have gone back to being deceased. The chances are infinitesimal, but if we are dealing with a spontaneous resurrection, and we lose the patient, I'm going to commit some crime against humanity. Alright, so the longer I hold the crank, the stronger the effect. Pneumatic with mechanical priming, it sounds like. It's supposed to clear the miasma in front of it. But I need to spend the fluid wisely. The more corridors are like a maze. To load the prototype, I need a stimulant, an anesthetic, and a toxin. They should be in here in those beige... they should be in here in those beige cabinets. And the ingredients, when it's up, they heat it up in the evaporate, residues go into the prototype. Should be enough for 20 uses. Alright, so before I use the prototype, I need to load it. Ingredients in the cabinet, and yes, I went over this like 3 times. Is this the thing? Okay, let's loot. We have toxin from the Institute for pest control purposes, kept under lock and key with several seals issued by one written permit. Stimulant from the institution. Shortages of stimulants are a persistent issue. Students borrow them to prepare for exams, then forget to return them. Anesthetic from the Institute. Easy access to an endless supply of pharmaceuticals can lead one to addiction. Very good. Alright, and what about you? We got more of the same. So let's go ahead and pop all that stuff. Meow. Then we go and we load the prototype with, yes, the disinfectant solution consists of 3 ingredients, a stimulant, an anesthetic, and a toxin. I need to put the items into the slots and make the right selections, but I better be quick because I'm racing the clock. How? Goes Pathologic. Alright, so let's go ahead and load this up with 1, 2, and 3. Load it up. Yep, prototype successfully loaded. It should be good for a little longer. And then, what do I... Prototype holds to charge, release when the pendulum stops. Okay. Okay. Now I walk through here. I'm getting hurt by the chlorine. 18 uses. That's fine. I can't use it like that. Great. I have to find this corpse. Great. Okay. Is it through there? Oh, yeah. Okay. 17. Thank you. I'm still looking. Okay, you. Yes, you. Hi. Hello, corpse. Or not corpse. Spontaneous resurrectee. Are you death? You have death's eyes. Why does... Okay, first off, you have conjunctivitis, so I don't think that you should be... And actually, conjunctivitis looks like a little, jaundice, actually, with some rosacea. And look, we can all make fun of each other's appearance all you want, but first off, I don't appreciate that. I mean, that is a very fair point. I have the eyes of a man who's just walked through 40 meters of poisonous gas without protective goggles. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. Ugh. All right. You know what? You can tell me everything you've seen in your posthumous visions later. We need to get out of here at once. Oh, okay, here we go. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel? What does that mean? Well, if... What the hell? If the trains were worms, they tunnel toward you underground? Anyway. It means, when you die, there's neither life nor death, but something else entirely. Like a coin falling on its edge? Or a Mobius strip? Something that you kids definitely know about? Even though you don't know how trains work, you definitely know about an infinite plane. You shouldn't concern yourself with such things, though. Can I have my prototype back? Take it. It spins all boring, clockwise only. Grandpa Simon had clocks that spin every which way. Besides, the train's already dead. Couldn't save it in time. Let's see. Look, it's blowing its whistle. Still smoking. That's as alive as it gets. I'm sick of this game. Go away. We're gonna go play cat in an old hat. We still have time before the sun sets. Wait, what about my microscope? I'll trade you another tail for it. We didn't take your microscope. Well, what is it then? The prototype is in my right hand, the microscope is in my left. I can't collect data without it. The dogheads must have taken it. Khan and Notkin got a deal. All the war spoils get split down the middle. They don't care about hearts, not in many of their faces. Well, just pretend I said that, right? Why would they need another one? What does your microscope do? Is it alive? A microscope is a kind of metallic pipe fitted with lenses. Use it to look at small objects, and it makes them large and detailed. Oh, a kaleidoscope! To look at the colorful town! You can do it like Capella? A cappella? I'm not much of a singer. Neither is Capella. So, as it stands, you pass my belongings along to some other gang. And I need to go get them to get my microscope back. Am I right? Khan must have given it to Capella as a gift. Are you stupid? She hates kaleidoscopes after what happened to that stained glass. No, Khan wouldn't have given it to her. If it's something that changes things when you look through it, he must have given it to Grandpa Simon. Grandpa Simon loves things like that. Khan wouldn't give it to anyone, not before he looks at it himself, or after either. But he's honest, even if he's wicked. He'd give it back to the owner. If you find him in town, he'll deal fair. So where can I find him? Well, if you brought your micro-kaleidoscope into the polyhedron, you won't see it again. There's a lot of words that I just need to break down here. Try the stairways to heaven. Well, there is a bustle in my hedgerow, and I am alarmed now. The dogheads like him. Also, dogheads. Excellent beer, if I remember correctly. Or is it doghead fish? Think they look like polyhedron. There's one right there, in the maw. You know what? After this conversation with its capellas, cons, polyhedrons, I'm beginning to see the shape of the world you live in. Sounds complicated, but can't be worse than the human anatomy, can it? Very fair. So I got the prototype, and now I just need the microscope. So, do we have a heading for that? Got the prototype, and the castle seemed like an amusing trinket, but I hate to lose a unique invention, especially one so dear to Platin. And then lost microscope. The second tool was stolen by a different gang of children. I have to get search town for it. Not a guided tour I hoped. Alright, not a problem. Okay, that was interesting. So yes, children are very fanciful in their thinking, which is nice, you know. Apparently I have a machine, and essentially what it does is dissipates chlorine gas, and apparently resurrection from death is a thing in this universe. So, lots of conversations about the balance between life and death. I'm going to go to that little scene there in just a moment, but what the hell are you? Hello? Any baby ship. Any baby ship. Okay, Orbis Mirabilim Planus Est. Go away, Snake Man. You've got sharp heels. Jesus Christ. Some kids ran through here with my belongings. Did you see them? We gaze at the earth. Do not pull us away from the earth. Yeah, then I shall not presume to divert your attention any further. Hello, lumpy man. What is it? Under people? Are you a lumpy man person? Can I look at you? Okay. So, you know what? You haven't thrown me, game. I'm still in it. Still in it to win it. You threw a lot of weird concepts at me. You know what? I'll take another one. Polyhedron, train station. Heck yeah, let's make it happen. Alright, hello, everyone. Jacob Sturck, Kirik, and, what was his name? Bertrand. Such harmless fellow he was. Never hurt a fly in his life. And the Ripper slashed him to ribbons like the rest of them anyway. The brute. We must give these unfortunate souls the proper burial they deserve. Then find the Ripper. And give him a burial befitting a beast. Oh, Jesus. A daughter of Suok. Kukle Kunud. Do not ask rashly. Give Kirik to me. I'll pay you back. In kind, in herbs, in blood. What happened here? The Ripper's gone to town. The father killer. Barak. He was always a wild one, but that Okay, I knew I said I was ready for all the weird terminology, but Jesus Christ, give me a break, game. Explain one thing? But then Mara Shubnak lay with him in the steppe and whispered things in his ear to make him water the earth with blood. This is as convoluted as a FromSoft game. So far. I'm in it because I am dedicated to finding out what the heck is happening, but geez Louise. As soon as he got off the train, went on his murder spree. He killed Jacob Sturck. He killed Kirik. He killed the harmless Bertie. He's a monster. Okay, so Mara Shabnak, who's that? A thing that comes from the steppe. A golem on feet of bone that takes the form of a young harlot, lays with someone, and then eats their eyes to blind them to reality. Okay, I'm assuming some of that is a metaphor. But I thought I'd come alone, or almost alone, but I definitely don't recall a Mad Ripper on the train with me. He arrived on the freight train, took the back door like a thief in the night. That freight train was bringing medicine, sweets, and coffins, so the Ripper must have hidden away in a coffin, or else Shabnak would have torn him apart in a steppe. You say that Shabnak copulated with him, but now he's hiding from her in a coffin? Only 2 sentences into this conversation, I already want to shoot. Thank you. I mean, at least they know how I feel right now. Buyonte, hear me out, daughter of Mayudur. Suwak sings of a fierceness, a sharpness inside the one you call Kirik. Give his body to me. He is dead to you anyway. You will bury him, and he will rot away until nothing is left. I will bury him, and Suak will eat him, and drink his savagery and his sting, and sing an Ubhanedun, an herb song in gratitude. And now we are playing Dune. So, you know what? Dune worked out pretty well. I feel very positively about this one. She'll give us twire, and we'll brew lots of twirine. She will give us ashen swish, the harshest of the herbs. Be Kalaneb, ashen swish is a cruel herb, a bad herb. It thrives on blood and spite. Suok sings that we will need plenty of swish soon. Yours is a burial into emptiness, but mine will be a burial into Suok's womb. I am at your feet, Hayan Kunud. Good people, give me the one you call Kirik. Should we give her the body, maybe? He doesn't seem to have any family, and without them in the picture, I guess it doesn't matter if we bury him or the kin do. Who knows? Suppose we do get a great crop of twire. I was under the impression that who buries who is... I was under the impression that who buries who actually matters quite a lot in traditional cultures. But they aren't just going to bury him. They'll desecrate him until not even Shabnak can recognize that's what's left. That's what you're going to do, isn't it? Isn't it, step girl? Say it, and don't you dare try to lie to us. I am at your feet, Hayan Kunud. Good people, I promise there will be no desecration. We'll take his name so it holds his sharpness no longer, and we will lower him into Suok's womb. Everyone will forget him, forget the wicked murderer Kirik, and only Ashen's swish will remain. I knew there was a catch. Wicked or not, you can't just bury a person without their name. Everyone has a right to be remembered, if nothing else. But he really was a wicked man. The rare times someone remembers him at all, they never have anything good to say. Perhaps it's for the best everyone forgets him. They'll take the name of this Kirik? What does that mean? A touch of our eyes, a touch of our fingers, and the name melts away. The one they used to call Kirik will become a gift to Suok instead. He will have no grave, and there will be no man in the memory of the people. Speak to me no more, stranger. Your words are poison. I wasn't talking to you? Let's hand over the body. I'd rather avoid falling out with a kin. It would only lead to more trouble down the line. What do you think, stranger? You certainly look important. Maybe you have some brains to back it up. Okay, let's see. Yes, I mean, it should... It's no more of a collection of molecules. Any opportunity to put them in use is a strict fortune. Corpus non est templum. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just new to this town, and I don't really have a say, but if I were to go for it, I would say let them do this tradition. So go ahead and, you know, live your life. You know, I don't know what this is. The interesting question is, it sounds like when they bury him, it's just they're going to erase all memory of this person. Like, erase them from existence? That's terrifying. I didn't know that was an option, but, really kind of adds more terror to the whole dying thing, which was already pretty terrifying in and of itself. Thank you, stranger. Bayarla. Death came to this town today. Such great death, the likes of which has never been seen before. Today will be a fearsome day. Tomorrow, even more so. And on the third day, fear itself will die. And without Ashen's swish, we will all die too. I have to say that all these prophecies are making me uneasy. Alright, what did we learn? Golem of Bones. The locals believe in a Shabnak, a murderous steppe golem in the guise of a woman. It's like I've stepped out of time, not just traveled far from home. I have a lumpy man. An elephant man. Is the worm man? I've heard of an elephant man. Is this the worm man, then? I've only seen such poor disfigured creatures in an anatomic theater. It's very cruel of you to say there, Dimitri, or whatever the heck your name was. Alright, I suppose we continue on. Lots of culture that I need to sort through, but yes, if there's a possibility that in this culture, a way of burial with the kin, I imagine these, not, you know, perfectly dressed people are. But if they have the power to remove people from human memory, that's terrifying. And yeah, I want to stay on their good graces, considering that, yeah, I'm not about that life. Okay, I think I understand what the cues are for, so looking at white, it gives me context. So these are a pile of coffins. Can never have too many coffins. Birdies, birdies, gather ye here, round the marble nest. They're imported here, why? I suppose there aren't many trees in the steppe. Yes, this does appear to be quite a lot of coffins. But the coffins are filled with red boots. What are you telling me, game? Is this something in modern literature or artistic literature that I know nothing about?
Where there's carrion, there's crows.
Okay. Would you look at that? A customer. Keep walking, customer. This shop's appointment only. And I don't recall your name on the list. Sorry, from a distance they looked just like coffins. What did? I can't recall where that quote is from. Just the coffins. I wouldn't believe there's so many. I thought it was. Just the coffins. I wouldn't believe there were so many. I thought I was dreaming. There could never be too many coffins. Quit trying to scare us. Better yet, have a look. We've got plenty of shops in town, but our warehouse keeper can get it to you wholesale. Sorry, I saw Fashionista, and this is the voice I decided to go with. Better yet, have a look. We've got plenty of shops in town, but our warehouse keeper here can get it for you wholesale. Just look at these boots he snagged. Scarlet! They're pretty. Are they from the capital? From a coffin. A coffin's best when you need a chest. Checkpoint guard wouldn't dare open it up out of respect. It's inhumane. Meanwhile, slow overflowing with hundreds of pairs of scarlet Saffiano leather boots, tax and duty free. Wait, wait, so you smuggle contraband in coffins? You a tax inspector? I can't imagine a duller job. Keep your nose out of other people's coffins, then. Maybe someone goes in, who knows what happens. Maybe they never died. Maybe they never existed at all. Jesus Christ. You know what? Do what you want, but these boots are no Saffiano leather. Alright. So, apparently, they were smuggling boots of one particular kind. The town lives on imports, so here the warehouse keeper is king. He says the contents or coffins are not always what they seem. I wonder, does that mean, was that my clue to actually explore coffins and see if there is any sort of special gifts and items inside? Not a problem, I can do that. The locals believe in a shabnak, a murderous step golem in the guise of a woman. It's like, I've stepped out of time. I've already said that. Okay, alright. But the only issue is, you've flooded the market with this very one particular type of boot. So, the value is going to go down real bad. It's basic step demon economics. Oh, Maw, it's safe here for now. Okay, that's great. I always prefer my Maws safe. Oh. The mind is affected by interactions with specific objects. They are easy to spot if you enter the concentration mode. Alright, well, I hate filth, garbage, decay, but sterile operating rooms no longer give me answers. Kick.
The town dribbles.
Okay, apparently kicking a trash can give me a little bit of the mania. Understandable. I'm just gonna follow this trail and see where it takes me for now. I'll leave exploring to more obvious ways. There's a strong, foul, stinking tobacco, while in the capital, decadent smoke like belladonna. Okay. Dignitaries fear assassination attempts. In the capital, they block roads for ministers, while the patient dies in the sanitary motor. This is a very dreary game. We have very low opinions. Oh, birdcage. Children have rats, adults have bulls. Though I've read about these little marmots, step carriers of contagion. But they're adorable. Can we just skip the fact that they're rodents that may cause plague and just focus on how cute they are? Look at their little everything. Ugh, adorable. Anything else you want me to look at? Nope. We continue on this way. You seem a bit nervous, friend. Oh, more of the kin. What was I thinking? Such beautiful movements. Yes, there is. The word vaccine is derived from vaca, meaning cow. You brought us medicine in your horns and paid for it with your lives. Hello. Boo-ha, my good little bull. Blood-mouthed, broad-browed, please forgive us. You're silly, Ezra. As you have always been, he's returning to Bose Turok and Bodho. We are leading him to the bosom of his mother and father. Why are you asking him for forgiveness? Because Boss Tuko is dead, Aina. This little bull's whole life he didn't know what the most beautiful creature, the immortal Boss Turok, was waiting for him. And now that he knows Boss Turok is dead, Buha will find his father's silent corpse. How can we not pity him? Sorry, who died? Boss Turok, the father of all Katanj. people, and bulls. We ask Suok to bring him back. You're the silly one, Aina. Suok didn't eat Boss Turok. How could she? He's bigger than her, stronger than her. The immortal can't be killed. He chooses death himself. We asked Boss Turok to change his mind and come back to us as children. Boss Turok is some kind of... No, they're not mythical to you. That would be rude to say. What a coincidence. You're burying an immortal and I came to study one. All immortals are one immortal, Karikun. For death is always one. Therefore, the immortal is always one. Is Boss Turok what you call Simon Kane? Boss Turok is the father of all Katanj people and bulls. Oh, how can I explain? We herb brides walk barefoot so that we can always hear his heart. Tonight it stopped beating. His children are afraid without their father, so we ask him to respond, but I feel he has died. A fang or claw was thrust into him. I feel the wound bleeding. Rust has soaked into him. I feel the rot squelching underfoot. Quiet, both of you. You know nothing. Boss Turok can die only from gloom. We will cheer him up, feed him, and show him our joy. We will bring the lost Aurochs to his bosom. Then he will remember us and return to us. The secret to immortality is to smile and put aside... So the secret to immortality was to smile and put aside sorrow? Joy is life, Karikun. Laugh at funerals. Dance when it hurts. Death is a second name for sorrow. Mother Bado is blind, loving mother. The warmth of the earth, but Boss Turok not only bore us, he watched over us. We lived under his watch. Now the town is without a beholder. As Galagkun, we're all blind worms now. Mugar, bad. A worm is a worm, a human is a human. A human is meant to see, to build. Look around, beholder. What do you see? I mean, you, mainly. You haven't looked closely. Go further. See our celebration. Look at the last Aurochs. What do you see in all this? Tell Guga afterwards. Let's not be creepy. An Auroch is a bull, right? I'll look, whether I want to or not. Is that you? Okay. So, it's a society that worships bulls, apparently, and there seems to be some sort of mythologue. Although, the idea that one should try to champion joy over, what the heck? What the hell? Okay. I saw burning. I saw... No, I can't report that to you. Okay. Such beautiful movements. I mean, yes, it's... Okay. I'm just not gonna mince it. I am horribly confused. Hopefully... How about you guys? Do I have anything to say about you guys? Fear mixed with curiosity. Townsfolk aren't used to such spectacles. Okay, so... What they're telling me, from what I can glean, is that there was a life on the Earth, or this plane, and it died. And they're doing everything they can to try to bring it back to life by what appears to be killing a bunch of cows. So... Okay. I mean, I hope it works. My eyes touch you, beholder. That's a horrible way to express looking at me. What was that? I just saw some sort of... What did you see, beholder? There's a midst of an outbreak. I'm seeing hallucinations going and do such things in laboratory bullseye. No. Why are you calling me that? Beholder. Us worms are blind. We feel the warmth of the future, but we do not see it. Our brides are grasshoppers. They see with their feet. They feel the pulse of the future, but do not see it. We stand here and seek those with eyes, the beholder who sees the future. So, you're asking everyone, not just me? 1, many human concepts. There is one worm, but hit it with a spade, there are two. There were 5 fingers, but clenched they became 1 fist. Right now we are talking to you. What did you see, beholder? Well, I definitely saw rot and a plague miasma spreading from a carcass and a sanitation squad burning it with fire. That was tomorrow. That will be yesterday. What? That box syphilis? That box syphilis, this was from hat jumps. That makes about as much sense. Okay, Dimitri, you're just having too much fun with this now. Were those anxiety-induced visions of a terrible future? No. Was the bowl in the square some sort of parable? Was the bowl in the square some sort of parable? For a moment, its shape reminded me of the town itself. Well, they already explained it to me. They're taking it to Boss Turok for his entertainment. Yes. Symbolic, I guess. Thank you for your vision, beholder. You see more widely than others. We will remember this. If you see something else unexpected, don't be afraid. It's just the eyes adjusting to our current place and time. Keep moving forward. I like that. I haven't done anything yet, but I'm already helping. What a stand-up guy I turned out to be. Great. Okay, so there is a lot of cultural influence, and apparently time is a fleeting thing, and it looks like we are also developing concepts and visions of one's self and their role. Okay. Alright, well that's not great. So apparently in the future, things are not going to end too well. But hold on, let me take a quick look and see. Apparently, the bowl reminded me of the town's shape. Can I zoom out? Maybe I'm too close to the problem to see it? I don't suppose I do. Sorry, a gang of children called the Dogheads may have taken my microscope there. Okay, so that's where I'm supposed to go. So I just keep traveling in this direction. That's fine. Oh, it looks lovely. Okay. You know what? I'm still in it. I'm invested. There's a lot of concepts that they're explaining to me. There does seem to be... Hello. Okay. Alright, that might be the mysterious disease and the people suffering it. Let's see. Perfectly healthy children. What devilry am I imagining? Yeah, that's very fair. But you know what? I like it so far. You know, there's a lot that I want to explore and understand. I missed something. I can't stand missing anything. Is it important? Probably not, but I'm looking at it anyway. Let's see here. They're performing a dance of death or something of the sort. Even this backwater has the theater. Death, where is thy cloak? Very artistic. Let's see here. Oh, an unbearably melancholy, drawn-out creak. We jest, but the anguish keeps growing. What?
I'd rather not hear this.
Why am I such a Debbie Downer? Alright, what do we have? Push that. That also calms me down.
In Thanatica.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
The fence is as guilty as the thief.
Okay. Definitely have a sort of Mad Hatter type vibe going for you, but you know what? I'm down for it. Mark Immortel. What an on-the-nose name. Ah, there you are. Finally. I thought you'd forgotten our agreement. I hope you're ready. Have you memorized your lines? What lines? I told you, sir. We cannot trust this fool. He is not fit to be our leading man. He stands and stares, forgets his lines. I know of other men who better play their parts. Wait, is this really the guy? Looks about the same, but the outfit's all wrong. Did our guy wear a coat? His costume is more suited to an antagonist. Okay, what are we looking at? So, yes, all right. So this was the artistry of the main things. Any sort of passing knowledge of Pathologic, these creatures are immediately recognizable. Apparently, they're theater majors, and I know that's terrifying in and of itself, but I believe they serve a genuine purpose. So let's just move on and hope that, you know, this doesn't take too much of a toll, or we're asked to be a part of a terrible rendition of Into the Woods. Oh, what an edgy line there, Dimitri. I'm more of an anti-hero than an antagonist. So, you know what? I'll just be petty. This coat is the latest fashion in the capital, I'll have you know. A guest from the capital! Perfetto! Never have I seen such arrogance in one person. Sir, you are just what the doctor ordered. I am Mark Immortal, director of the local theater. Pleased to meet you. And you are... I'm sorry, my name is Daniil. Daniil Dankovsky, doctor. Magnifico! See, the actor we've been waiting for an eternity for has decided to sabotage the rehearsal. You would do us a massive, titanic favor by replacing him, even if just for a little while. Let's see. Well, of course I'd be delighted to. I've been to acting on a stage, so why not? Let's play along. Ah, perfetto. It is simple and indeed natural. You need only react to your colleague's lines and thus create a scene of unbearable dramatic tension. Our performance is quite simple. The main character has just arrived in a remote town and quite accidentally stumbled into a curious rehearsal in which his fate will be decided. Who knows? Perhaps he'll die at the end. Okay, this is starting to get very meta right now. Okay, I mean, it does seem like the performance has already started, and I'll be dragged in against my will. Is that all you have to say? Why do you stare like that? I see it in his eyes. His mind is looking for a line to mumble. I'm beginning to recall my acting career didn't pan out. I say again, he is no leading man. He is unfit to even play a villain. At best a background character, a body. Standing there to fill the stage, it is the step healer's son who ought to take the role. Or that young girl who crawled out of her grave. They have such pathos and such verve. What does this one have? A coat. Is the rehearsal already starting, or is he just casually insulting me? Wonderful! The hero is lost. He no longer sees the boundary between his life and the play, between speaking and reading his lines. Keep going. This is the beating heart of our play, the blur between reality and fiction. Let me read the script. So the main character, a doctor and a skeptic, encounters the unknown for the first time. He built his whole life around empiricism and scientific inquiry. What will he do when death addresses him directly? But this isn't literal, right? A hero in a play speaking to death or the dead is usually a metaphor, an illustration of his thought process. Well, if that makes it easier for you, we can say it's a metaphor. Play it ambiguously. Leave the audience guessing. But wait, I don't want to be a metaphor. I was promised I'd be the true voice of the dead. What kind of spoilsport ruins a play like this? I told you he couldn't hack it. That's it. I'm out. Metaphor. And you, I see, are never happy with anything. Sounds like a failed actor to me. Excuse me, Dankovsky, why are you insulting a colleague? I don't recall making it personal. Unlike you. That was hurtful, all right. I think we should stop here. What? He's been insulting me the whole time. Doesn't like my lines, doesn't like my coat. He wasn't insulting you, but your character. I thought you could tell the difference. And I thought you were deliberately blurring that difference. Okay, so... the world's a stage. Oh no, the big city's immersive theater and fourth wall breaking gimmicks infiltrated this place as well. One aspect of progress I'd hope to escape. Very funny. Apparently what we have here is a sort of improv anywhere type situation, which our good friend, is it Dimitri? I just learned his name, even though I'm going to say it was Dimitri. An improv anywhere type situation, which, you know, our good protagonist or not protagonist has every right to be absolutely afraid. Hello, gents. Seems like natives solve their problems through smoking. The smell of local herbs is overwhelming. Dirty lungs, clear head. Can't lose. Alright. Are you one of the children? Impossible geometry. Wait, it is impossible geometry. Okay. Alright. I guess, you know, gravity doesn't apply if, you know, you don't allow it to. Hello. Oh, pawn. If you could travel through time, would you go to the future or the past? Let me see. This is actually an interesting question. The near future to see what humanity has wrought. I mean, that is tempting. The past, 10 years ago, maybe, when everything could still have been prevented. I'd like to know the philosophers. No, I don't care about the past. The present is necessary, but I am curious. If I could travel through time, would you go to the future, or if I could return, I would love to go to the near future to see what humanity has wrought. Grandpa Simon used to say that days are like hopscotch. Usually they go one after another, but sometimes there's two side by side, and sometimes you have to jump backwards. Does Simon Kane know many games? He's the only grown-up who gets games. Everyone thinks they're just silly things for kids, just running around or scoring a point, but Grandpa Simon knows how games should be. I bet he could even enter the polyhedron. Let's see. Apparently answered you. And how should games be? If you went into the polyhedron, you'd understand. Well, whatever that thing is, I've been told I'll never see inside it. My place is with earthly matters, apparently. Answer me, did you steal my microscope? I did, yeah. But I gave it to Phil. He's over there on the stairway. How do those stairs stand without support? They stand like I asked and answered. Well, okay. Bye, kid. See you later. And earlier, as it happens. Okay, so time is a very interesting illusion here. Are you Phil? Are you anybody? No, you're just some kid. What do we have here? Oh, there it is, my microscope. You guys have been watching this. Ah, the dog heads. Yep, very literal. Thank you. Well, what is it? Can you see the future? Let me look too. Gimme. Wait your turn, Pipsqueak. Just let me take one look and then I'll give it back. Yeah, there's a bunch of bugs and little hairs. Doesn't look like much of a future. Why are you using your dog's eye to look? You're not an animal, you know. Yeah, but an animal might see further, though. Okay. I'll be kind. Need some help, kids? I can teach you how to use this thing. Here, let me show you. Oh, it's you. Hey, your thingamajig's busted. Doesn't show anything. Just some bugs and weird little hairs. Maybe that is the future. Like in many, many years, nothing will remain of us on Earth but bugs and hair. It's very sad if you think about it. What makes you think it shows the future? See all these different glass pieces inside? Glass like this shows the future when you look through it. Everyone knows that. Grandpa Simon loved making all sorts of things with glass. I've only seen thingamajigs like this at his place. Why did you steal from Grandpa Simon, you... Oh, that's rude. You know what? I've been getting insulted pretty much the moment I got here. That's why we stole it back from you. It's called justice. You know Simon Kane? I've come here to see him. What, you don't know, mister? He doesn't know. Spit it out, you monster! Where did you get this thingamajig from? What did you do to Simon? It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Okay. I was on my way to go visit Simon, and I've already be there if it weren't for you. Please give me back the microscope. It's a very delicate instrument. Actually, you know what? I'm more interested. What's going on? What don't I know? Just give him back the thingamajig and let him go on his merry way. It's broken anyhow. It can't see any future at all. No. Grandpa Simon taught us. doesn't take effort, doesn't deserve effort. If we just give him back the thingamajig, there's no effort in that. I'm not going to hit children. Jesus. Why do we keep trying to do that? I have a pocket watch on a chain, and it definitely shows the future. Let's make a deal. Come on, let's see it. Oh, nice. And how does it show the future? With this, you always know what time it is, so you know what time it will be in an hour, or 2, or even 3, which means you know the future. Oh, you're clever, mister. Alright, give us your watch, but show us how your thingamajigs works, will ya? We're still curious. Hold on. I need to check if it's broken first. You might have been using it to hammer nails. Okay. So it looks like I'm going to lose my watch, but I am going to gain my microscope back. Alright, so let's do it. Let's trade. So I need to trade an item to put it into the barter slot. If I want something, I need to give something in return. I can do this by putting items in cells on my inventory side. If people won't agree to a trade offer, unless less valuable for what I'm asking. Okay, so it's basic trading principles. So let's do that. And if I give you 2 bugs, okay, you really like the bugs. So I'm just gonna take, how much for 1 bug? Move. Too much. It's too much. Move. We're gonna split stack. Yeah, you get 1 bug. Fantastic! Even trade, and I get to keep my watch. Very nice. Okie doke. Alright, we're going to learn how to use the microscope. I assume. Oh, it's the corpse woman. How very kind. How very nice. What do we have here? Some stim packs? Okay. Apparently we really like benzene... Wait, those are... Oh no. What are the cooches? Oh, cooches. No, what are those? So it's an oxygen, so it's bop bop. So, and then it's, what is that, a triple bond to one of the oxygens? So it would be, no, it couldn't be. Wait, what are the other 2 bonding angles for the carbon in there? That's probably why I don't recognize it. Because oxygen has 2 valence bonds. So it bonds once to the carbon, off of the benzene ring. That's actually not even a full benzene ring. So, okay, so that must mean, so it bonds once, it has 2 bonds to, I assume, hydrogen. So, then oxygen, and then an why am I doing this? It's been ages since I did my chemistry. We're just gonna get going.
They'll go to any length, Chief, but our lengths are longer.
Okay, so Seraphima. Please, hold on a little longer. Even after the inhalation therapy, the swelling won't go down immediately. Chief, finally, where have you been? The woman you rescued from the morgue is conscious, but she might not stay that way. She's still very weak. Jesus Christ, why are you such a whiny... Okay. It's amazing she's still standing at all with the amount of gas she inhaled. Step aside with me for a moment, Chief. I checked the morgue records. A body matching her description was declared dead last night. I mean, does I mean, it could be the coroner's oversight or a bureaucratic error. People make mistakes all the time. This doesn't prove anything. I'm not claiming it does, but imagine for a second. No, let's stick to the facts. I spoke to the orderly on duty last night. He also confirms that our subject showed no signs of life. And Platon himself was there when she woke up. Okay. Herself died, it's not proof. In any case, it's far more interesting than their own resurrections. Okay, well, our subject... Slow down, Seraphima. We don't have proof that she meets Thanaticus' criteria. We can't miss this opportunity. Unfortunately, the subject is having trouble speaking. All that time in the gas has weakened her voice. I've rinsed her mucous membranes and performed inhalation therapy, but you understand, I can't conduct an extensive interview. Shame. A first-hand account could point us in the right direction, but there's always a physical examination, or taking a sample. Or an examination of her personal belongings. She came into the morgue with some items, though I haven't had a chance to go through them myself. I left them on the table in the back entrance. Would you take a look, Chief? Perhaps there's a clue. Ma'am, would you be allowed us to examine your things? Actually, I might cough for real. I've been talking way too much. Okay. Hello. Daniil. Daniil. I need to remember, it's not Dimitri, it's Daniil. You know, hello, do you remember me? I'm Bachelor of Medicine Daniil Dankovsky, head of the Thanatical Laboratory. Last night I saved you from the site of a serious gas leak? The man with death's eyes. My eyes were affected by the gas just like yours, Wills. At least you remember something. I died. Tunnel after tunnel. Let's see. Wait just a moment. I'd like to examine your belongings first. The ones you had on you at the morgue. Alright, so by the back entrance, you say, concentrate. Our Lazarus personal effects from the morgue. So we have 2 rings, obviously a pair. One would be too big for her. Morphine, tourniquet, papers, they look official. Herbs, not a bouquet. I do want to take a look at the papers first. Consent form for the experimental treatment of our institute. The description of the treatment is vague. Something about novel drugs? I guess it's the consent form for the experimental treatment at our institute. I want to take a look at these herbs. Self-medication with folk remedies? Consulted a wise woman instead of a doctor? Don't be so skeptical. Let's take a look at what she believes. 2 rings. What type of sad story does that entail? I don't think that's the case. Perhaps it was unrequited love. And then we have morphine, a tourniquet. I mean, in my very bleak opinion, this person's consenting to any sorts of things. They have pain medication and 2 rings. I might believe that this person must be suffering from a severe pain. Perhaps not physical, though. I might understand more if I examine the resurrected woman and perhaps take a blood sample. Alright, let's talk to you, Lazarus. Breathing's a bit easier, but talking is still... Alright, you can stay quiet for now. I just need to examine you. Okay, so enter inspection mode. Pale and gaunt, looked exhausted. I should take a look at her blood sample. Her skin is seriously damaged, I suspect due to her contact with a gas, likely the same for red eyes and mucosal membranes. Let's see here. She does have some bruising over here. Bruising, redness, a rough injection? Seems like she had an allergic reaction. She signed a consent form for the experimental treatment at the Institute. How do I... back. Let's see. There does seem to be additional bruising and spotting. The skin here is seriously damaged. I suspect it's due to her contact with the gas, likely the same for her red and mucosal burns. Okay. Fair enough. What about the arms? Again, more bruising. Bruising from repeated injections. The consequences of attempted resurrection? Morphine? She did have some with her. But only on one arm? Interesting. Fingers are fine. Arms on the reverse. Nothing of any note. Legs. Seems to be some sort of rashing. More contact with the gas. Let's see the other side of your legs. Yes, this does seem to still be the burnt in contact. Alright. Let's leave. And then, let's take a look and collect a blood sample. The disease affects various bodily systems. The microscope helps identify which organ is infected. Tissue samples are placed on glass slides, and assistants assure that the slides are sufficiently supplied. Okay, so... I guess we'll start with the heart? Alright. Now what? Sample taken. Great. Alright. I can study the collected samples under the microscope. To perform the test, I need reagents. The doctor themselves should be in charge of the supply. Okay, so... thick blood drop, spontaneous resurrected... preparation of capillary blood, taken with a needle in the patient's finger. The study allows for the evaluation of cell morphology and the identification of various types of pathogens. Okay, so those are two different things about how they're analyzed. One of them is hematology, and the other one is well, essentially blood cultures. If we're looking at various different types of pathogens, those are two different things. Only one of them we could possibly do with the one of them we could possibly do with a microscope, and that is the cell morphology, of which case we would have to do essentially a stain, blood staining, which, oh god, like a hematology slide. We used to do all these all the time when I was in medical technology, where essentially you put a drop of blood on a slide and then push it out so that the edge pieces of the fanned edge were so thin they were about 1 micron in depth, which we're able to separate them out into the different types of blood cell structures there were, and then essentially counting it manually per fields and applying calculations to roughly what the percentage would be outside of the body was able to tell you, you know, the various different types of blood cells there were, and whether or not there was, say, the possibility of internal bleeding, or perhaps maybe even the possibility of some form of bloodborne cancers. Not entirely, you know, but either way, a microscope isn't going to solve both of these. And also, yeah, needless to say, none of these are tissue samples. So, but let's take a look. Let's take a little bit of a look. All right, a microcosm. Adjusting the magnification with W and S, I need to find the red bacteria in the sample. Oh, adjust the focus and allow me to see bacteria better. And the lifespan of culture is limited. I must act quickly. A dead sample is useless. Okay, so, fun fact. Actually, I'm not sure if you can actually see, like, parasites and... Well, parasites, absolutely you can see with a microscope. That's no question. But, you know, viruses or anything like that, very difficult to see. Alright, I could go on and on about this, but I won't. Let's go ahead and focus on the red blood cells. Or, not rather red blood cells, the red bacteria. They're in there. Okay. Yeah, okay. So that's obviously my main focus, and I need to focus in. Great. Yeah. That's not helping. Oh, there we go. Well, they just look like red blood cells to me and a bunch of dead skin cells. Organ is affected. Pathogen has been found. Okay, great. Alright, so what about that? Rest and look at things I had you in the original. Okay, one last logical avenue. Things you had with you. Okay, hold on. I don't... Stay quiet for now. I need to examine. Perhaps I missed something. Let me take another look at your shit. Okay, hold on. Material. Time to examine. Move around? Okay. I have no more... Can I collect another sample? I can tell that your lungs are bad. Let me take a look at your... Maybe there's something I may have missed? No, it's no wonder her blood sample points to leukemia. Okay, so... Pale and gaunt looks okay. Alright. Is there anything of additional interest? Mucosal burns, bruising, redness, injections. So she has leukemia. Apparently, the morphine she did somehow with her. Okay. All right, great. Thank you so much. Very, very great, and wonderful, and great. Did this provide me any additional insight? Together, the picture is more or less complete. Our miraculously resurrected one is late-stage leukemia and injection marks on her body. Lab got scared and sorted out. Morphine overdose, addicted from palliative treatment for the pain. Colleagues thought she was beyond saving. Paired ring, suicide attempt, unrequited love. Weakened system couldn't handle a heavy dose of medication. Could be a combination of most of these things. But perhaps... Let's explore the possibility of a... I'm willing to go forward with that. Perhaps... I mean, I could also just ask, but whatever.
I'll follow you through hell, but not high water. If it gets to high water, that's on you.
So, Chief, have you shed any light on this case? I'm loath to jump into conclusions, but could Thanatica have discovered some genuine phenomena? I don't want to just straight up call her a morphine addict, because she apparently does have leukemia. She was in trial for a new drug. I'm not sure our colleagues would disclose their experiment, but I guess it's anaphylaxis, the acute allergic reaction. And you end up in the morgue. She's terminally ill, and if I had swung from one extreme to another, from self-treatment to our institute, don't make cushions. Yeah, this is the best thing I could say. She's terminally ill, may have swung from one extreme to another, from self-treatment to our institute, plus experimental treatment. You know, but they need to report the SAE to the IRB. Obviously, because unless it was an SAE of interest, but regardless, the review board does need to know about that. And it does need to be reported. We discovered it just now, so our preliminary finding has to be reported within 24 hours. That's just how it works. Hi, I work in clinical research. We're gonna do that. I suppose so, but how do we explain the most astonishing part? The resurrection. Why did a gas leak revive the subject? Just two flowers during the baseboards. One was supposed to occur, the one with the gas leak. The reason is adrenaline. Someone has tried to restart her heart with two small dose gas leak. I mean, honestly, that seems like a bit too... Yeah, I don't know. We may need to strip the two different laboratories down to the baseboards. The one where the subject's supposed death occurred, and the one with a gas leak. We can use a chemical analyzer to see what might have reacted. So you think it was a mistake? Subject ended up in the morgue due to negligence? She wasn't actually dead yet, and by a coincidence, an unaccounted for factor revived her? Let's let our subject rest. Go through the lab's correspondence. There may be something useful in the flood of letters of miraculous resurrections and stories of unique longevity. Yeah. That's what I have to go with. So does that mean she wasn't dead after all? As of right now, the woman who supposedly came back to life? Alas. Then what's your microscope even for? Doesn't show the future, doesn't raise the dead. It's just a toy, really. I mean, you have, Yep, so a breakthrough can't happen in a single movement. It takes a sustained effort. Every step feels small at first, but we learn to resurrect the dead one day. I mean, I personally believe that that's a possibility because, heck, I'm sure that the secret cabal of rich people have already looked into it privately. Let's see here. All right. If we can't see the future in that glass, then we're off. We've got important things to do after all. Yeah, as do I. I'll leave my things at my temporary lodgings, then head to the Crucible to see Simon. All right. Let's see here. Let's check a look at where we need to be. So we have got the microscope. Great. Got found it looks like still related to the heavens. How does it stay upright? I hope the children who stole my microscope are there. They were. Wonders live on in your fingernails, as Seraphim says. Okay. I have overcome the town's first hurdle. If I keep up this momentum, my trip won't take long. Okay. So I need to go... Where? To my temporary lodgings, I imagine. My temporary home. I see a lot of areas of trade. But for now, we go west to my temporary...
Why are you drowning me in details, Bachelor? Street kids stealing your microscope is an amusing anecdote, but it's not the crime we sat down to discuss 2 hours ago.
What? Hello again. Hi. Inspector of the Special Committee. He was sent to investigate the case of my criminal negligence. What? Okay, I know that we're having some sort of memento type situation, but, the linearity of time would be super great at this moment. I didn't know I already have had past participle committed crimes. I'm a time crime guy. Supposedly I didn't save a town in the east of our country where a plague broke out. I didn't even try, apparently. He's luring me into a trap. His folder is full of intentionally false data. He's not interested in the truth, but rather the downfall of Bachelor Dankovsky. He's my enemy. Well, if you say he is.
You posture and you posture, yet your hands are shaking.
Enough. Why are you drowning me in details, Bachelor? We already said that. 2 hours and 15 minutes ago, to be exact. Focus. I'm only interested in what's important. But I just wanted to recount everything in order, from beginning to end. The beginning doesn't interest me. My concern is the ending, the result, the finale. As for your backstory, your genesis, all of that is in the case file. Shall we review it? Yes, please. I'm quite curious to see what it contains. Let's see. Where was it? Ah, yes. The ministerial inspection of your lab, Thanatica, began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as... a person with unique longevity, or at the very least the results of his medical evaluation. Let's set your fantasies aside for a moment. The important part is that you fled from the investigation, and this town had an outbreak of some fever the scientific community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, you were the only medical professional on site. Accurate so far? Well, I still don't understand what you're trying to find out. On the third day, the town's leaders gathered in the town hall to form an emergency command to fight the epidemic. And what was Daniil Dankovsky, who was, I repeat, the only qualified specialist in town, doing that day? What's that? Your lip is trembling. Did I unsettle you? Your tricks won't work on me. You're right to feel ashamed. Instead of fulfilling your Hippocratic oath and leading the fight against the plague, you were engaged in... what? Come on, don't look at the table. My eyes are up here. I'm not looking... I know where you're going with this pitch. It says I tried to lead... I'm not looking down of shame. I'm simply amazed at your informant's sloppy work. On the fourth day, the town lost its water supply. They required a hospital. The one person who could set it up, what was he doing? Tell me, Dankovsky, where did you spend the fourth and fifth days? No. In a jail cell. That's what your papers say, right? Come the evening of the fourth day, the doctor from the capital attempted to flee the dying town on a cargo train like a rat. He was caught and jailed, and there he remained as the plague ravaged the town. I admit, I find even the act of reading about it repugnant. I won't lie, I considered escape. Escape, not flight. Thanatica was in the process of being destroyed back in the capital. You considered escape to avoid facing a painful truth. When I came to town, I found that Simon Kane, the immortal man on whom I had pinned all my hopes, was dead. Spoilies. When I came back to town, I found out that Simon Kane, the immortal... he died under mysterious circumstances a few hours before my arrival. But when the epidemic began, you could have saved... But when the epidemic began, you could have saved others. You're a doctor. You swore... Oh, Jesus. Now I'm playing my own enemy at this point. But when the epidemic began, you had have saved others. You're a doctor. You swore an oath. Why did you abandon the ordinary townsfolk? Simon Kane's nature, the mystery of his immortality and death. That's the most important thing that happened in this little town. And to me. But I can't just relay it to you. To understand, one must immerse themselves in the details. Take on the full picture. Simon Kane's death is the primary concern, not the deaths of tens of thousands, but one fantastical old man. Oh my, Bachelor, oh my. No, you're twisting it. You're rewriting the past. Where did I lie exactly? Point it out. Everywhere. About the emergency command, the escape, the hospital. The only thing got right was the reason why I came to the town in the first place. Then tell me your version of events. How did it all happen? No tricks. Leave aside your stories of children and microscopes. I'm tired of repeating myself. I'm interested in the ending, not the beginning. You don't seem interested in the truth. Rather, you revel in the opportunity to flex your power over me. You will recount everything in whatever order I tell you to. On the 6th day, the plague destroyed the town. So if you would be so kind, explain to me. What were you doing on the 5th day? Were you really so indifferent to the plight of the people around you? The town couldn't have perished on the 6th day. I was there for 12. There's an error in your report. You disappoint me, Bachelor. I'll ask again. On the 5th day in the town, what were you doing? The 5th day. Let me think. Alright, so time is definitely a wibbly-wobbly thing in this little town where it seems like everything is happening all at once and it's all terrible. But at least it always stays at noon. So this town is doomed because of a plague. And if we're going to tie it all together... Oh, Pathologic. Oh, roll credits. Okay. So if it has anything to relate to it, apparently it could be that there is some sort of life within the earth. And according to the kin, it died. And perhaps that's what having such a severe ramifications on the rest of the town? I mean, apparently I tried to fix it, but I did an absolutely terrible job. That's right, on the 5th day I was sent to jail, but I don't know why. We're going to have to work backwards in order to figure that one out. Alright. Great. I am in a cell. Day 5, in which the Bachelor grab the only remaining thread that may lead to Simon Kane. Alright, let's see what happened on the 5th day. I'll never be leaving this place. They trapped me in my own, in this bloody town. Now I'm trapped in a jail cell. So on day 1 I arrived, and that's when all that happened. I don't see anything else on any other one of the days. So I have to piece together the story, somewhat out of order. But according to some of the kin, it is possible that I can alter some aspects of the town. About how things play out. Maybe there was a way I could change things. Riddle me this. What place has an entrance but no exit? A grave. This triple accursed town is sapping your resolve by the minute. Let's see. Is it the local herbs blooming, or have you finally cracked, Dankovsky? Will it be like this always? I can combat apathy. Kick a trash can if it helps. Stimulants, coffee, tobacco. Splash your face with cold water. Kick a trash can if it helps. In mania, you're sharp and fierce. But you won't succumb to tranquility. The town will sap your will, lull you to sleep. But I will not succumb to the tranquility. Hey, let me out already. Apathy and indifference are constantly rising. To move faster, fight apathy by increasing mania. Okay. Oh, hello. Small child. Darkness. Shouldn't have wasted time dwelling on it. All is lost. I failed at everything I tried to do. Oh, good. Depression hit us like a ton of bricks. Fantastic. Capella. Oh, wait. Capella, you're familiar. Oh, you are the family Capella. Victoria Olgimskaya. Daughter of Fat Vlad Olgimsky, local magnate and master of the town's industry, blood of his blood. Local kids named her Capella for her ability to point out the celestial map in the night sky. I heard she holds some inexplicable power over the town, but I dismissed it. That was a mistake.
Souls of a feather flock together.
Out! Out, living soul! You keep me caged in, like a dog all night, and now you acknowledge I have a soul? Who are you? I am a mistress. Well, a future mistress. But I think you'll agree that future and past are relative concepts. What, mistress of what? Ceremonies? Mistress of ceremonies. No. I'm not even sure what day it is. Or which jail you're in. You've lost your way. I'm not sure how, but I can sense it is the mistress's gift. So I came here to find you. Well... Well, thank you. Now what? Are you alright? How are you feeling? Well, terrible. I need someone to the cells howling and coughing all night. No, excellent. I had a good night's sleep. Meh. I don't want to be so sarcastic. I don't have the plague, if that's what you mean. I can see that. You can step out of that cage. Just like that? Just like that. When you go upstairs, you'll understand why. But first, I need to know one more thing. Why did you come to our town? Well, I didn't know I was invited with a letter. Agreed in the hope of living proof of Romantica would save Thanatica. And when I got here, the outbreak occurred. Odd coincidence. Authority in jail turns out interrogation. No? Yes. I mean, this is as far as I know the reason why I came to town. I researched the nature of death. I was told you have an immortal man among you, Simon Kane. But when I got here, he was dead. So what are you going to do now? Well, I mean, let's see. Well, I don't have a lot of options, do I? I'll look into what he left behind first thing. The phenomenon itself is gone, but there are still witnesses to his longevity, explaining it is paramount. You know, Bachelor, my father envied Simon, and Maria Cana will always be my enemy, so there's no love lost between our families. And yet I must help you. I don't want to. I must. Otherwise the town will suffer. That's why I came here early and waited 4 hours until you decided to wake up. I'm sorry, what? You could have knocked on the door yourself. I know where to find the last person who saw Simon alive. His name is Steak Reuben. His killer? He's a doctor. He has a hideout in the warehouses. Look for him there. How do you know where his hideout is? The way you say it, it won't sound like much of a secret. I'm not just a mistress. I am Vlad Olgimsky's daughter. My father owns half the houses and the very nearly all the people in town. And the warehouses. And the ground under this jail. Okay, fine. I'm in no position to turn this down. But you won't be able to go there right now. While I was waiting for you, something bad happened. Something bad? When you go up those steps, you'll see. Mother said that a true mistress stands out by her timing. And here I am, right place, but too late. Maybe I'll never become a true mistress. Well, I guess... Well, don't you dare cry. I can't stand tears. You help... Well, what's up there? Well, don't you dare cry. I can't stand tears. What do we have? Successor or suspect? The man who last saw Simon Kane hides somewhere in the warehouses. We have the last thread. The Dr. Stanislav Rubin might know something about Simon Kane's life and death. If only I could reach him. Take it easy, Cabela. Alright. Anything I can take from here? Do I have insight? The daughter of a local factory owner, Victoria Olgimskaya Jr. She thinks she wields mystical powers and the authority that comes with them.
I would like to know Maria better, for we will soon become rivals.
I don't know Maria. Oh. Hello, everyone. How can I help you? He has the power, but not the will. Governor Saburov, straight as an arrow. So we have here Alexander Saburov, governor of the town. The Saburovs are a load-bearing bones of this town, hard, dry, and colorless compared to the other two ruling families. Order rested upon them. When I arrived, Governor Saburov pinned all his hopes on me, and hated me for it. He thought the star from the capital would show the Kanes and Olgimskis how dangerous overreaching ambitions could be. Alas, that star proved to be another dreamer.
They say, the first blow is half the battle.
Dankovsky, before you ask. I allowed the girl in. She is Olgimski's daughter, and she interceded on your behalf. But even if she hadn't, I wouldn't have kept you here. Well, you threw me behind bars yesterday, and today you're already setting me free. What a mercurial tyrant you are. What were you detained for? Lapses in memory? Let me see your pupils. Don't worry, I'm a doctor. I tried to leave town, but your trap worked. Just in time. I wasn't let go. You committed the most heinous crime a doctor could commit. You tried to abandon your patients, to flee the town and save your sorry hide. Right now, as we speak, my real patient, Thanatica, is being murdered in the capital. My life's work is being destroyed. This town is my life's work, and it is dying because all the doctors betrayed it. Cowards and scoundrels, all of them. And yet, as Katerina would put it, the logic of inevitability is stronger, and the town has paid you back. Call it irony, if you like. What do you mean? Whatever happened yesterday is beyond reach. Today the plague has reached the backbone. Behind the thin walls of this building, death rages. We boarded up doors and windows, but the plague fumes are seeping in. You and I, we have mere hours left. The outbreak has reached the town hall? There have been cases of criminals surviving the sacking of a besieged city and prisons. A prison is also a fortress. But our fortress lacks food and water. Outside, we are presumed dead. Know this, Dankovsky. I wanted to punish you for your cowardice. That much is true. But I did not want you dead. I am sorry. What do you mean, presumed dead? 2 days ago, a decree was issued declaring all people in infected districts to be presumed dead, not to be rescued, unless they call for help with signal bonfires. A folly. Without a protective suit, you can't venture into the miasma, let alone light the fires. So officially, you and I are dead. A decree was... But whoever wields that power, right? Tell us... To get help, we need to light the bonfires? We should organize a sortie. The miasma already seeps into the rooms of the town hall, and you want me to open the front door? No. Our only chance is to barricade ourselves in and pray for a miracle. I have a device, a prototype. It disperses miasma. With it, I can go through the infected district. A device? Yes, the one you confiscated, along with all of my belongings, including medicine, by the way. No, your gadgets from the capital are just as unreliable as you. I won't unlock the main entrance, risking contamination of the town hall, just because of your novelty lighter. You have no idea, and your alternative proposal is? We bide our time, hope for the best. Katerina wouldn't be scared. A brilliant plan. Thanks, but no thanks. I'd rather do something. You said the plague is already in the town hall. Where? The far room. We locked it already. Give me the prototype back. I'll clear the contamination in the far room and prove to you that the device works. Fine. Your device should be in the main hall. Confiscated items are also there on the counter. No one has disturbed them. Take them. After that, they'll unlock the far room for you. But if you fail to clear the miasma there, you won't be let out. Alright, I'm glad you listened to reason. Alright, what do we have here? Okay. So, day 4, leading into today. So day 4, which is not today. So it seems that the town is a trap. I feel sorry for town, but it's more doomed. My life's work is more important than me, more important than Tiny Steps element. So it looks like I did, in fact, based on my decisions, decide to leave this town because I wanted to protect my life's work. So I tried to board a train. The final preparations for the escape are complete. At the station, I'll have time to jump into the last car. So I tried to escape. I can already see the train on the tracks. I'll be all ready to depart. Bad Grief didn't cheat me. Bad Grief. That was the, Wait, Bad Grief was the man selling all the shoes. Alright. So apparently, gave me a good tip to hop onto the train. And apparently, the car was filled with plague corpses. So I had to ditch the train. Common patrolman grabbed me and threw me behind bars. I'll get out of here yet, they'll see. And then I was thrown in jail. So I tried to dip on the town because it's screwed up, and I wanted to essentially protect my lifelong work at the Institute. But now I'm back in the town, and they are trying to get me to do work for them. Alright. Let's see. Do I have any notes? Yes, the authority comes with them. I think I've already reckoned you all. Locked. Okay. Regular stuff. It's a doorway. Does it? Nope. Okay. Alright. I think what I will do is I'm actually going to call it right here. A very dialogue-heavy game, but I'm incredibly intrigued. Definitely a game that I feel that should be played at night. I really do like the vibe of it, and I do want to plan on continuing it. So far, it has a... Alright, so full disclosure, it seems like this game is once again retelling Pathologic 1 and Pathologic 2. Which is fine, I suppose. I mean, it is a bit weird that so far it seems like they're just refining something that they have done over and over again. Literally twice before. But sorry, I keep... Okay. Oh, it's in the game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was hearing voices, and I was just like, I'm pretty sure I took my medication this morning. It's just, apparently I'm just hearing the chatter of the townspeople. Anyway, on one hand, I can see why, that's probably not super great, because it is just a sort of retelling of that same exact story. But I'm grateful for it, because I was always interested in the game, and this gave me the excuse to actually sit down and play it. I'm intrigued. I genuinely am. It so far seems like the story is going to repeat itself. I won't give any spoilers from my understanding of what I've read through of it. But, so far, the pacing's pretty good. It's telling the story rather well. I mean, it's setting itself up a lot. I apologize that the first episode is essentially just me, doing various voices and talking through it. But, I think this is something that I'm going to enjoy unraveling the secrets of. So, I hope you enjoy it, but as of right now, I think we're going to call it there. We'll pick this up again next Tuesday as we continue, well, I mean, yes, that was the beginning and end of that thought. We'll pick this up again next Tuesday. On Thursday, we're going to be continuing with our playthrough of Fallout New Vegas, and on Sunday, we have the continuation of the Sunday Scaries. But overall, so far, yes, a lot of reading, a lot of talking, but a huge new world to discover firsthand. And quite frankly, I'm there for it. It's a weird thing, but so far, there's nothing too out there. Lots of stuff to ponder on. So, before the start of, next week's scheduled playthrough, maybe I'll have additional thoughts that I would like to share on what we have learned so far. But outside of that, thank you those who were watching, and we'll see you again next time for the next episode. Have a good night.